Welcome to the Unraveling the Scriptures channel. Have you ever wondered about the true roots of Lebanon, a fascinating country in the Middle East? Few people know the deep and complex history of this place, situated in the region of the ancient Levant. Even fewer understand the origin of the Lebanese people, an ethnic group rich in diversity and culture. Often, the history of these people is misunderstood, especially when it comes to their biblical roots. In this video, we will dive deep into the history of Lebanon and the Lebanese people, exploring their biblical, historical, and linguistic origins, as well as other curiosities you may have never heard of. Get ready to discover intriguing details that will challenge what you think you know about this ancient nation. If you're curious about the origins of peoples around the world, this video is for you. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and share this content with others who are also interested in stories that connect humanity to the Bible and ancient history. Now, let's start another episode of our series, The Origin of Peoples According to the Bible. The etymology of the name, Lebanon, is one of the most fascinating and revealing when exploring ancient linguistic roots. The name, Lebanon, derives from Mount Lebanon, a mountain range that stands out for its impressive snow-capped peaks, visible from afar. The word originates from the Canaanite Phoenician root, lbn, which means, white. This meaning is directly connected to the high peaks of Mount Lebanon, always covered in snow, creating an iconic image that has become synonymous with the region's name. But the story doesn't end there. The writing of this name in ancient languages, such as Phoenician and Canaanite, has been preserved in various historical documents, including texts from the Middle Bronze Age, like those found in the famous Library of Ebla. Moreover, the name, Lebanon, also appears on 3 of the 12 tablets of the Epic of Gilgamesh, demonstrating the deep cultural and historical significance of this region over the centuries. For Bible scholars, the name, Lebanon, is equally significant, appearing about 70 times in Hebrew and Aramaic texts under the form Lebanon. These multiple appearances reinforce the historical and religious importance of Lebanon, not only as a geographical location but also as a symbol in biblical tradition. Lebanon is a country in Western Asia, strategically positioned between Syria to the north and east, and Israel to the south, with Cyprus located to the west across the Mediterranean Sea. Its location at the crossroads between the Mediterranean basin and the Arabian interior has been crucial to the development of its rich and complex history, which in turn has shaped a cultural identity marked by impressive religious and ethnic diversity. Lebanon is part of the historic region known as the Levant in the Middle East, an area that has always been a meeting point for different civilizations. With a population of over 5 million people, Lebanon covers an area of 10,452 square kilometers, or 4,036 square miles, making it the second smallest country in continental Asia. This small territorial size contrasts with the vast cultural and historical influence the country exerts in the region. Arabic is the official language of Lebanon, with French also formally recognized, reflecting the country's colonial heritage. In everyday life, Lebanese Arabic is the vernacular language, while French and English are widely used, especially in educational and commercial contexts. Modern Standard Arabic is typically reserved for news and governmental matters, creating an interesting linguistic mosaic that reflects Lebanon's multifaceted history. It is fascinating how Lebanon's history dates back over 5,000 years, making it one of the oldest known civilizations in the region. The territory we now call Lebanon was the cradle of the vibrant Canaanite civilization, which later became known as the Phoenician civilization, a name given by the Greeks. These Phoenician city-states flourished during the Bronze Age and established a rich cultural and commercial heritage that extended throughout the Mediterranean. Before being annexed by various empires of the Middle East, the region of Lebanon was known for its prosperity and diverse cultural influences. In 64 BC, the region was conquered by the Roman Empire, becoming an important center of Christianity during the Byzantine period. With the arrival of the 7th century, the region came under the control of various Islamic caliphates, each leaving its mark on the local culture and architecture. The 11th century brought the Crusades, which established crusader states in the region, but this dominion was temporary. Soon after, the Ayyubids and Mamluks regained control, and in the 16th century, Lebanon was incorporated into the Ottoman Empire, where it remained until the early 20th century. The borders of modern Lebanon, as we know them today, were delineated by the Treaty of Sèvres in 1920, following the fall of the Ottoman Empire. This territory, which lay at the heart of the ancient Canaanite and Phoenician city-states, found itself under the control of a succession of great empires throughout history, including the Egyptian, Assyrian, Babylonian, Achaemenid Persian, Hellenistic, Sasanian, and Roman empires. Each of these empires contributed to the rich cultural and historical tapestry of Lebanon, leaving traces that can still be seen today, from ancient ruins to influences on modern traditions and beliefs. All these empires and peoples left deep marks on the genetics and culture of the ancient Lebanese people. Lebanon, part of northern Canaan, became home to the descendants of the Canaanites, known as the Phoenicians. These ancient seafarers were masters of the seas and, during the first millennium BC, spread their influence throughout the Mediterranean. The Phoenician cities of Byblos, Sidon, and Tyre were the vibrant centers of this maritime civilization, while their colonies, such as Carthage in present-day Tunisia and Cadiz in Spain, became icons of their expansion and power. The Phoenicians, along with the ancient Arameans, are often credited as the creators of the oldest known alphabet. This alphabet is the foundation of many modern writing systems, including the Portuguese alphabet. The origin of this writing system dates back to when the Arameans and Canaanites worked in the Sinai Peninsula in Egyptian mines. To facilitate communication between the Egyptians and these peoples, who spoke quite different languages, it was necessary to develop a practical and efficient form of writing. This linguistic innovation was revolutionary, as it created a writing system that could be easily learned and adapted by other cultures. The Canaanite and Aramaic influence in the creation of this alphabet was crucial, and its impact resonates today in the languages we use daily. Over time, the Canaanites and Arameans decided to create their own writing systems, giving rise to what we know as the Proto-Sinaitic alphabet. This primitive alphabet evolved and branched out, resulting in the ancient Phoenician alphabet and the ancient Aramaic script, two systems that became the foundations for many of the written languages we use today. But the central question remains: what is the true origin of the Lebanese people? Who, after all, are the ancestors of modern-day Lebanese? The answer takes us back to antiquity, where the current Lebanese are indeed descendants of the ancient Phoenicians, who were, in turn, Canaanites. Modern genetics shows that the Lebanese have a significant genetic heritage from the Phoenicians, a people known for their maritime skills and cultural influence that spread throughout the Mediterranean region. However, the history of Lebanon is not limited to the Phoenicians alone. Over the centuries, Lebanon was conquered and influenced by various empires, resulting in a blend of different ethnicities. The Arameans, neighbors of the Phoenicians, always had a close relationship with them, and this proximity led to significant intermingling between the two peoples. As a result, the population of present-day Lebanon possesses a combination of Canaanite, Phoenician, and Aramean genetic influences, among others. In antiquity, the region of Canaan, where Lebanon is today, was inhabited not only by the Canaanites but also by other Semitic peoples, such as the Arameans and various tribes of similar origin. This ethnic and cultural diversity was fundamental in the formation of the Lebanese people. The Phoenicians, who were essentially Canaanites, formed the genetic and cultural foundation of the Lebanese, but over time, the conquests and interactions with other peoples, such as the Arameans, further enriched the region's genetic and cultural heritage. In summary, the initial origin of the Lebanese people is deeply rooted in the ancient Canaanite Phoenician civilization and Aramean culture. However, Lebanon's history is much more complex, marked by a series of conquests and influences from various peoples over the millennia. In addition to Phoenician and Aramean influences, the Lebanese people also carry legacies from other Middle Eastern cultures and distant peoples, the result of multiple conquests and the process of intermingling throughout history. The first of these peoples to leave their genetic mark were the Egyptians, especially the descendants of the Hyksos, a Semitic origin group that ruled Egypt for a significant period. This means that, in addition to the Phoenician and Aramean heritage, the Lebanese also have a genetic connection to the ancient Egyptians. Another significant influence on the formation of the Lebanese people came from the Assyrians. During the height of the Assyrian Empire, Lebanon was incorporated into the empire, resulting in a new layer of intermingling in cultural influence. Thus, Lebanese genetics also include elements from ancient Assyria. Moreover, the Lebanese carry a rich genetic combination that transcends the boundaries of time. They possess Babylonian and Chaldean genetic traits from ancient Mesopotamia, as well as a Persian heritage linked to the Achaemenid Empire. Over the centuries, this genetic diversity expanded with the influence of the Hellenes, the famous Greeks, adding to the Lebanese people's mix. This mix was further enriched by the influence of the Romans, and later, the Sassanid Persians. While some assert that the Lebanese descend directly from the ancient Phoenicians or Canaanites, this view is limited. In truth, the genetic history of the Lebanese is marked by multiple ethnic mixtures over millennia, making them an extremely diverse people, far beyond a single origin. Various genetic tests conducted in laboratories have already confirmed all this information I'm sharing with you. These tests have clearly identified the diverse genetic origins present in individuals from different regions of Lebanon. Among them are Aramaic, Assyrian, and Babylonian heritage, all originating from the Middle East, as well as Achaemenid Persian and Greek genetics, stemming from Europe. In addition to these, Roman and Sassanid Persian influences were also detected, along with genetic traits from Saudi Arabia, a result of the Muslim conquests and the spread of Islam throughout history. Ancestry studies conducted on the remains of ancient inhabitants of Lebanon revealed that the Lebanese of past eras indeed had a very significant Canaanite genetic makeup. Comparisons with the current population show that this Canaanite genetic influence remains strong. However, it's important to note that the term Canaanite can have different meanings, and I'll now clarify these points for all of you. The term Canaanite refers, essentially, to the peoples who inhabited the region of Canaan. However, this area was not exclusively occupied by the Canaanites but also by other groups such as the Arameans, Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites, and even the Israelites. Therefore, the Lebanese people, while Semitic and indeed considered Arab, also carry genetic influences from other groups, such as Persians, Romans, and Greeks. If you're interested in learning about the biblical origins of other peoples, leave your comments, and we'll create a video on the topic in our series. I hope you all enjoyed this video. May God bless you all, and we'll see you soon.